As the last of my children
it's gotten a little bit more serious since the music died down, and we've had speaker after speaker here talking about the seriousness
I still believe in you, and you will never take away my belief.
The fact that the ceasefire has been called into effect doesn't end the conflict.
My friends, in a world that will choose a free democracy in the Middle East rather than a terrorist blood cult.
Talking about the urgency of dealing with the danger on the streets here in New York City and elsewhere. We've seen a substantial rise in violent anti-Semitic incidents as of late, and that is what the crowd has been talking about here today, at least those I spoke with. Let's give a listen to some of those in attendance here today in New York City.
I made it my life's mission to be involved in Israel advocacy, to fight anti-Semitism, to fight terrorism, to fight BDS, to fight all the roots of hatred against Israel, a sovereign country that has every right to defend itself.
I think as a Jewish people, we need to support and show support for our land, for our government. It might not be to all our agreements of what they're doing, but still we have to show our support and show our love to Israel.
We are seeing anti-Semitic attacks on Jewish communities all over the world. We're seeing them here in New York, we're seeing them in Brooklyn, we're seeing them in Queens, we're seeing them in Florida, we saw them in Los Angeles. They are deplorable and insufferable, and we cannot accept this.
The blessing of Israel.
So we're hearing there from those protesters, Mike, much concern about those anti-Semitic incidents in different centers around the globe, as well as New York. What more details can you give us about the specific incidents that have taken place in the U.S. since the ceasefire on Friday morning local time here?
My own brother is a part who will march here in a million strong.
Too many to recount in the limited time we have left to speak this afternoon, Benita. But here in New York City, a man who was arrested on Friday for pummeling a Jewish man in the street in Manhattan was released on $10,000 bail last night. That is one of the criticisms here in New York. The police are working hard, but the judicial system, because of the rules here in New York City, a lot of these attackers are going to wind up being back out on the streets and being a danger once again to the Jewish community. Those here in attendance today, Benita said, they're not scared. They're going to keep going about their lives and living it in a Jewish way and fight the terrorists, they say, here on the streets if they need to.
Thank you so much, Senior U.S. Correspondent Mike Wagenheim, live from New York.